Good evening there, 2A peeps. Know it's been a little bit since I posted a video. Had a little bit going on here and there. But anyway, um, wanted to talk to you tonight with everything going on in the world today and a couple of stories that sit in the news media, people defending themselves and their property. I thought now was probably a good time to bring up, if you don't already have it. I know I've mentioned it very briefly in one of the other videos, but concealed carry insurance. I know some people don't like calling it insurance. It's concealed carry membership. I am a member of U.S. Concealed Carry Association, or USCCA, it's better known. Uh, they give and take, they compare pretty close to U.S. Law Shield, used to be called, I believe it was Texas Law Shield. One of the main reasons I went with USCCA was some of their benefits that's included in the membership is not included in the membership on U.S. Law Shield. With U.S. Law Shield does offer some of them, however, you have to add on, pay a little bit extra. So tonight I'm going to talk about USCCA. Again, I'm a member. I joined them back in December of last year. I subscribed to the elite membership, which is the highest membership you can get. I'll post a link at the bottom below the video. It's a short link. You can click on it. What they're doing now, if you sign up, you're automatically entered to win just a different array of prizes. I know, I think last month they were giving away a H&K pistol. I'm not sure what they're doing this year, but you can click on the link and go from there. You can choose any of the memberships, but they offer a gold membership at $22 a month, a platinum membership at $30 a month, and the elite membership, which is again what I have, it's $47 a month. Uh, the elite membership obviously it carries everything that the gold and the platinum does. Really, the biggest difference is the liability, or how much money they'll spend out on criminal defense and civil defense. On the elite membership, on self-defense, it's $2 million. It's called Self-Defense Shield, uh, and it's civil defense and damages. So they'll cover up to $2 million on that. 250,000 on criminal defense, which also includes bail bond and attorney retainer. So basically, if you're involved in a incident where you've had to use force or even show your weapon, and I'll hit on that in a minute. But anyway, if by chance you are arrested, the first thing you do, and I'm gonna cover my member number up right now, but first thing you'll do once you sign up, you're going to get a membership card. It's going to be out of focus, I guess, because I don't have autofocus on. Anyway, and on the back they have post incident instructions. And I'm sorry about the blurry. I don't have an autofocus camera right now. But I'm working on that. But anyway, you call them and basically tell them you've been involved in a self-defense situation. Even though I'm retired from law enforcement, uh, basically don't say anything after you call 911. Of course, you want to call 911 first. If you've actually had to shoot someone, after 911, you call them. They have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline. It's called their critical response team. One of the things that I like about USCCA above US Law Shield is on USCCA, when you sign up, you can download their app. You can enter your login information, and once you input all your information, it goes by your address. So you can have a list of attorneys, and that list consists of attorneys that can be reached 24/7, and it also has a list of attorneys that can be reached, I guess, like during the daytime hours. But there are attorneys that are 24/7. The other thing I like about it is if your attorney, say you have an attorney that you've used in the past and you like them, if they're not on this list, you can still use that attorney. Um, they'll take care of that. So, and they cover any legal weapon, whether it be a taser, a ball bat, a knife, uh, a gun, obviously, whatever. As long as it's a legal weapon and you use it to protect yourself or your family, then they're going to cover you. One of the things I'll go ahead and hit on this is brandishing. I know a lot of you are probably familiar with the incident that happened up north with the McCloskeys. Uh, I kind of accidentally found out that they are not a member of USCCA, but my guy that I talked to at USCCA had told me that they had been keeping up with the circumstances behind everything, and if they did have USCCA, of course they would be representing them. But anyway, they also, with your membership, depending on which subscription you go with, or I'm sorry, which membership plan you go with, you get U.S. Concealed Carry Magazine. It's 8 issues every year. You get access through their website. You get access to training videos. There's a thing that they do online. I think it's called Ask the Attorneys, Ask Attorney webinars. They've got training videos. They've got back issues. Of course, like I said, they've got the attorney locator. They've got the app, and one of the things I like about the app is if you input your information, and say you are traveling and you cross the state line, well, your app will notify you that you've crossed the state line. Well, what's also built into the app is reciprocity. If like South Carolina recognizes North Carolina, so if you've got a North Carolina concealed carry permit and you're traveling to South Carolina, and you're like, okay, well, do they recognize North Carolina or do they not? Once you cross the state line, the app's number one is going to notify you that you've crossed the state line, and it will let you know whether they recognize your state CCW permit. So that's kind of neat. You can upgrade, downgrade anytime you want. There's no issue with that. Like I said, I've got the elite membership. I love it. I've had it since December. I know I've already said that. I did use them one time. It was not an actual discharge or firearm incident, but I came really, really close, and I called them. That's one of the other things I like about USCCA is they cover, if it goes that far, they'll cover emotional support. Like if you actually have to shoot someone and you need emotional support, just somebody to talk to, then they cover that. It's not out of your pocket. They cover that. I know U.S. Law Shield does not. The USCCA is multi-state. As long as you're not, I think it's in New York, and I think there's another state. I think there's like 2, maybe 3 states that are excluded. But basically, in any of the other 47 states, you're covered. With U.S. Law Shield, you have to purchase separately. It's like a rider, I guess, so to speak, but you have to purchase that separately. So, like if you travel and you live in North Carolina, you travel, and you're carrying your weapon concealed, and something happens, and say you're in Texas, if you don't have that multi-state coverage, then U.S. Law Shield is not going to cover you. USCCA, you don't have to worry about it; they'll cover you. You can add your spouse on. I believe on the elite membership, I'm not sure about the gold and the platinum, but on the elite membership, you can add your spouse on for $13, and that covers them. They got the same coverage you've got. Again, they've got bail bonding. Unless it's just cut and dried, you were in the wrong, you're not going to spend any time in jail. Um, they have automatic, or basically the bail bond is taken care of. Your attorney would meet you down at the jail or whatnot. They have no cap on occurrences. I know U.S. Law Shield does not have a cap on out of pocket for civil and criminal. That's one of the reasons I went with the Elite. Like I said, they cover up to $2 million on civil defense and damages, and 250,000 on criminal defense, which includes bail bond and attorney retention. So anyway, I looked at them both, and I felt better with USCCA. And again, I'll put a link at the bottom. You can click on it, see what they're giving away if you're in the market for concealed carry coverage. I highly recommend USCCA. They've also got member-only discounts on gear and training that that some of it they actually charge for. They've got live scenario-based training broadcasts. Again, freedom to choose your own attorney. If you don't know of one, there's a whole list. I looked through the list close to where I am, and there's a bunch in Greensboro. There's quite a few in Winston, Charlotte, whatnot. Again, the critical response team access 24/7, 365. I've used them. They were great. They've got, like I said, upfront funding for bail bond, all legal weapons. And like I said, the magazine, the online stuff, they've got a YouTube channel. You can go check that out. It's free of charge, but you can check that out and kind of see, they've got different things on there. And whenever you sign up, you'll get sent an envelope, but you basically got that, which will have your membership card. And then there's just some things there that, just some guidelines so you can go by, and phone numbers and stuff like that. I put all that in my phone in case something does happen. So anyway, if you're in the market for it, if you've been thinking about it, I think right now is probably a pretty good time to do it. I know there's been a lot of cases where people have felt like they've needed to defend themselves and or their property, like the McCloskeys up north. That's probably going to get thrown out. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. But if you've been keeping up with that, you know that they've kind of been done wrong. In I think it was my last video, I kind of hit on some things. Some things that maybe the Mrs. shouldn't have done. She might have done different and whatnot. But I'm not going to sideline quarterback. I wasn't in their shoes. So anyway, the links below. If you've got any questions about it, feel free to post your questions below. This is going to be the video number 4. I've probably been doing this right now about 2 weeks. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you do decide to join the USCCA, use that link at the bottom. That helps me out just a little bit, which I'm going to turn right back around and put what very little money I get out of it, if any. I'm going to put it back into some equipment so I can do better in some different software. But anyway, again, if you got any questions, just send me a message and I'll get back to you. Y'all be safe and have a good evening.